Nevertheless, Russia and Norway have reached agreement on a border line with plenty of issues still to be dealt with.
All these countries in Arctic zone now is a little bit nervous. And it's not only the problem of Norway, I see the same situation in Russia. We also are more aggressive in this region than it was 3 or 5 years ago.
For Norway, it's always been important to maintain a territorial claim and show a presence on Svalbard, both by having permanent settlement there and commercial activities such as mining.
The Russian Defense Ministry has released a virtual tour of the country's new Arctic military base. Russia's new military base has been built on Alexandra Land, an island in the Franz Josef Land archipelago in the Arctic Ocean. The 14,000 square meter base is built on stilts, which are designed to help it withstand extreme cold weather. The base will house 150 personnel on an 18-month period of duty. It is also equipped with a clinic, library, chapel, gym, and cinema. Military experts say the new base will help Russia to control international shipping on the Northern Sea Route and protect the country's oil and gas resources in the Arctic. Russian President Vladimir Putin visited the new base last month. The country is building 4 more military bases in the Arctic region. Drills or spy missions. The Surrogate, an autonomous unmanned submarine, powered by lithium-ion batteries that can operate for 15 to 16 hours at a time, is being developed by a Russian military contractor. The drone measures more than 50 feet long and weighs almost 40 tons, with a maximum diving depth of almost 2,000 feet. It can employ towed sonar arrays to simulate another submarine's acoustic and electromagnetic fields, and can imitate both conventional and nuclear submarines. The Surrogate can also be used for underwater terrain mapping and reconnaissance. Military designers claim the drone is simple to operate, with low maintenance and upgrade costs. They are currently in talks with the Russian Navy and believe there may be interest from foreign buyers.
Russia to deploy anti-ship missiles in the Arctic Ocean. Russia will deploy a new anti-ship weapon in the Arctic Ocean this year, according to a statement on Monday from Northern Fleet Commander Admiral Vladimir Korolev. The Bastion P coastal missile defense system carries 2 P-800 Onyx cruise missiles. The missiles are 8.6 meters long and 6.7 meters in diameter and can carry warheads of up to 250 kilograms. The weapon can launch its 2-stage missiles within 5 minutes of arriving at a launch site. Its 2 missiles have a firing interval of just 2 to 5 seconds. The missiles have a range of up to 300 kilometers and can fly at an altitude of 14,000 meters before diving to 5 meters at supersonic speed in the final stage of its flight. The Bastion P missiles will join the S-400 missile complexes and the Pantier S systems already deployed to the Northern Fleet's anti-air defense in the Arctic.
Russia to deploy nuke trains in 2019 to counter U.S. prompt global strike project. After announcing last year that nuclear trains, which had previously been banned, would be revived, Russia's military has now confirmed the trains are expected to be put into service at the end of the decade. A nuclear train is a mobile platform used to transport and launch nuclear missiles. Russia plans to put Barguzin strategic missile trains, which can carry up to 6 RS-24 Yars missiles, into service by 2019. Yars missiles can reportedly carry 4 warheads, for a total yield of between 0.4 and 1.2 megatons. While the missiles are less destructive than their predecessors, the Modelets missiles, they are more accurate, have a greater range, and weigh roughly half as much. The lighter weight means that trains on which they are loaded do not require reinforced wheel sets to carry the load. This may make it harder for enemy spy satellites to identify the trains, as the carriages can be easily disguised as refrigerator cars. The nuclear trains aim to counter U.S.'s conventional prompt global strike project, which would give the Pentagon the capability of launching attacks and precision strikes at any target in the world in 1 hour.
Show us your wits. Comment at doublenews.net. A satellite Russia successfully launched its second Lotus S satellite into orbit on Thursday. The Lotus S satellite is solar-powered and has 4 deployable instrument panels at one end of the satellite. The satellite will operate in low Earth orbit. It can intercept radio communications around the world, which could be used to locate and target military installations and vehicles of potential enemies. The Lotus S satellite is part of Russia's Liana program, which includes another satellite called Pion NKS, which is scheduled for launch next year. The radar-carrying Pion NKS satellite could be used by the Russian Navy to locate and target enemy ships. The Liana program is designed to modernize Russia's electronic signals intelligence capabilities.
This is the NATO alliance's most northerly border, and at times it is a pretty inhospitable place, but every day, all year round, the Norwegian army is patrolling this border.
What I'm going to go through now is another method of moving called double poling. We can use this when we're on the flat or maybe a slight downhill.
US Marines have been training here in Norway before, but this time it's different. This is a regular rotation of US forces now in the high north, and that's caused tensions with Russia.
Major General Neil Nelson, Commander, U.S. Marine Corps Forces, Europe and Africa. Absolutely, that's what NATO's all about. We reassure ourselves. So the U.S. has a partner with the Norwegians. We're also a partner with the rest of NATO, and this is our contribution to that reassurance. All right, and this is what we do.
Tämän vuoden harjoituksessa on 9 kansallisuutta, eli niin sanottujen järjestäjämaiden Suomi, Ruotsi, Norja, lisäksi 4. Pohjoismaa Tanska, sitten löytyy eurooppalaisia valtioita Iso-Britannia, Saksa, Ranska, Hollanti. ja Yhdysvallat. Kaiken kaikkiaan 92 hävittäjää, sen lisäksi 21 erilaista tukikonetta ja kokonaisuudessaan 140 konetta on harjoitukseen käytettävissä. Rovaniemen tukikohta on Suomesta se päätukikohta, sen lisäksi sitten Ruotsista Kallaksin tukikohta tuosta Luulajan vierestä ja sitten Pohjois-Norjasta Uudön tukikohta. Harjoituksessa tavoitteena kansainvälisesti on harjoitella vaativia monikansallisia ilmaoperaatioita, niiden suunnittelua ja toteutusta. Se on ensimmäinen tavoite ja sitten toisena tavoitteena yhteistoimintakyvyn lisääminen käyttämällä Naton standardin mukaisia menetelmiä. Kansallisesti me tavoitellaan sitä, että päästään eri hävittäjätyyppejä vastaan harjoittelemaan. Ja toisena tavoitteena on tietysti näiden tukipalveluiden niin sanotun isäntämaatuen antaminen ja sen harjoitteleminen. Rovaniemellä on tällä hetkellä Tanskan kuninkaallisten ilmavoimien F-16-osasto ja lisäksi on Yhdysvaltain merijalkaväen Hornet-koneet.
Tähän harjoitukseen uutena otettu mukaan harjoitusvastustajatiimi, eli tarkoittaa sitä, kun harjoituksessa on hyvikset ja pahikset, niin nyt pahisten puolelle on kasattu noin 12 hengen joukko, joka vastaa sitten tästä harjoitusvastustajatoiminnasta harjoituksessa. Punaisen maalitoiminnan vakioinnilla niin saadaan enemmän laatua siihen harjoitusvastustajan kuvaamiseen. Joo, näiden lentokierrosten läpikäynnissä eli maskibriefissä harjoitusvastustajatiimi pystyy myös paremmin analysoimaan ja pureskelemaan sitä, mitä sininen osapuoli on tehnyt ja näin antaa paremman palautteen. Tältä tukikohdasta ollaan saatu hävittäjät ilmaan ja alueelle ja operoimaan siellä ja takaisin laskuun ja kaikki on rullannut siitä näkökulmasta suunnitelmien mukaan.
This is the NATO alliance's most northerly border, and at times it is a pretty inhospitable place. But every day, all year round, the Norwegian army is patrolling this border.
What I'm going to go through now is another method of moving called double poling. We can use this when we're on the flat or maybe a slight downhill.
US Marines have been training here in Norway before, but this time it's different. This is a regular rotation of US forces now in the high north, and that's caused tensions with Russia.
Major General Neil Nelson, Commander, U.S. Marine Corps Forces, Europe and Africa. Absolutely, that's what NATO's all about. We reassure you ourselves. So the U.S. has a partner with the Norwegians. We're also a partner with the rest of NATO, and this is our contribution to that reassurance.